Hi, welcome to this tutorial. I'll be showing you on how to create custom tooltip and it's gonna be dynamic. So I believe some of you are aware of this or some of you have an idea on how to create this dynamic tooltip. But I'm going to show you an head-to-head comparison of how to create this custom tooltip on Power BI and also on Tableau. I'm going to use a simple chart on Power BI and also on Tableau. So as we get started, I'm going to bring country into x-axis and sales into y-axis. Therefore, I will go ahead to make sure that this um, the the um, the value is legible so I can keep it as 30. Okay, that's fine. And I also do the same thing to Power BI, to Tableau rather. I will bring up the cells. Then we have our two charts presented. Now, if you look at this, we have the tooltip inside here, which is the automatic tooltip, like the built-in tooltip. And if you notice also on the Power BI, we also have also a built-in tooltip that automatically generates into the bars. So I'm going to show you on how to create a custom tooltip here. So the first of all, we're going to do this. We cannot create the custom tooltip on the same page. We need to create a new page. Now, I want you to understand this. On Power BI, you will need to change the page type into a tooltip. While on Tableau, you don't need to change the page type. You rather keep it the same way that you like creating a new page. Now, let's move ahead. On Power BI, I'm going to show you this. You go to the format your reports page, then you come to your page, canvas setting, then come down here, you see tooltip. You see a new box has been created. This new box, let's say you want to bring this into the tooltip, it will be recognized as a tooltip on the page one or wherever you want to install the tooltip. Why on Power BI on Tableau, it's different. So we have our normal page, just like the way you want to create a chart for a particular page. So you don't need to change the page type. So I will go ahead. I want to see the gender on each of the tooltip when I move it, when I over it on any of the bars on the countries on sheet 1 or on the page 1. So I have the country, the gender here. So I'm going to do the same thing to that of the Power BI. So I'll bring up this here, the field here. So I'm picking up this first. Okay, I want to see the grand total of everything. So I can then bring up the cells, fix it here. This is cool. I can also pick up the one of the charts here and make it look nice, just like the way you want to create a dashboard. So I can bring it here. You can go ahead and format it yourself. So I'm just going to show you on how to create this. Then I bring up gender, can bring up the gender, put it into y axis, and this into y axis. Now this is cool and this is fine. I can go ahead and turn on the data label. Also, I will want to see the country whenever I over on it. So I will bring up another card and also drag it closer to that particular empty space I have up here. So like I said, you can go ahead and format it properly. Then I bring in country, fix it properly here. So this is fine. We have successfully created our tooltip on how we want to view it. So I can go ahead and add it. So how to add this tooltip on both sides? That's where I'm going to show you the head-to-head comparison of how to add these two tips together. So we're returning back to the main page. Now look at this. On Power BI, over overing this on Power BI, you can see it has not generated it because we have not configured it. And coming back to Tableau, because we have not configured it. Now look at here, we have a tooltip. We bring up a tool here. So this is how it works on Power BI. This is how it works. Go to format, then click on general. Now notice this. I want to bring up something. Notice this. On Power BI, we have this connected to each other. So this is the both similarity we have on Power BI and that of Tableau. So I'm going to take this off. I will come to the tooltip here. Now notice we have a page. Look at page, and also on Power BI on Tableau, we also want to connect the page. So I can bring my cursor down here and say, okay, um, insert insert a sheet. So I'm going to insert sheet 4 into this particular line. That's fine. And I've successfully inserted the tooltip into that of the Tableau, and I want to also do that to Power BI. You can see page 2 has appeared here. That is where we want to insert the tooltip. So I click on page 2. If you notice on Power BI, I made this large. So for you to do the same thing to make the sales or the sale metrics as big as this, you need to take off the sales, take it off. Like I told you, we're gonna format this so that it look exactly the same. Then I can go ahead to increase the font size and also increase the font size of the country into maybe just the same size that we have up there. Okay, this is fine. I can go ahead and say okay, and I can also return back here. Notice, congratulations, we have our custom tooltip display on each of these bar and its dynamics. And coming back to Tableau, we have the same thing. So I can go ahead and come back to Tableau and make this a landscape, transpose this into a landscape, and come back and you see everything is dynamic. If you notice the changes, the country changes and the value also changes. But even we also have the label. I can add up the label too, so it's more transparent of how the value changes. So that's how to create a custom tooltip on both Power BI and Tableau. I believe you understand this video. If you like what I did, please subscribe to this video. I'll be showing you more on head-to-head comparison on how to use these two.